Circle wide and not too sideways, so if I can just push us back around.
Okay, we'll just have to get Mike and make it in.
Close enough that you're slightly through that way.
Yep, that's good. Yep.
All right, cameras all good?
Yeah,
Excellent.
I'm good, Gina. Yeah.
We'll kick off.
All right, Rosa, well, the focus of week 2 of the season, what are the main things you're looking to achieve in the next few days ahead of Saturday?
Well, officially good to be in Wellington in the capital. We'll get all the seasons here and it's great. I'm standing here. Wrexham will be in here next week, so we just missed them, which was a shame. Our focus is on improving. What can we get better at in the different areas, and being honest in our review, we did some great stuff and stuff we can get better at, so that's exciting.
What were some of the things that were in the biggest, boldest letters?
Probably the review clips around the creation, the ability to sustain it and finish, those little kicks throughs, with the backfield, just holding on to the ball for one more phase. Well, there's lots actually, but there's probably all I can give you. It was a good session. We're just honest with each other. It was the main thing.
You won't have Sevu Reece this week. Any update on Scott Barrett and his likely involvement or not?
Will be released tomorrow. So we've had the scan. So, we'll find out in media release. Yeah.
Whereas just on the brand, you've obviously been really clear and open about wanting to play fast, Jordy, and you said after the match that you were happy with how you played, just not with how you finished, which was, I guess, similar reflection to after the end of. Or how confident are you that you can get that finishing right?
Broke 20 tackles, made 13 line breaks, so that's probably a reflection of what we created, and again, it's just the finishing part, so get excited around that, and fall in love with finishing, really, just the ability to keep trusting your instinct, and the conditions this week might be a little bit different, which you can expect everything here, so we just adapt to that, but still have the same mindset around backing ourselves.
Just on the squad, you said you wanted to give everyone a run, where you could. Did you come into the series with 3 different teams that you wanted to have, or did you try and keep it relatively fluid for each game?
I think a bit of both. You sort of try and manage the squad the best you can, but the results and the outcome do play a hand, and also the injuries from week to week. But intention is to play everyone. You've got a job to do this week first.
Just on Bowden, obviously had a really good game, perfect off the tee, really good game driver. What did you make of his game? We've become accustomed to him being the leader of that backline. What did you make of his game?
Really pleased for him. Great form. Look, there's parts that we can help him out with, and he can help us out with. But look, he led the team really well. He's still a lot of class in him, isn't he? He's sort of evergreen. Yeah.
Does the closeness of the result on the weekend change your thinking about this week at all?
In regards to
how you would have prepared the team or chosen the team, selected the team.
Okay. Look, like I saw the story was about their squad and what they were going to bring over, but a number of those parts can play obviously at international level, and there probably was the expectation wasn't on them, and that fuels them, and probably leads them nicely into this week. They're so close, and some of their players played incredibly well in a test match. They didn't have probably the highest cohesion, but they had a lot of spirit, and that's what we're expecting again, so that's why you've got to review thoroughly.
Have you talked about or addressed the Wellington hoodoo, so to speak?
We haven't addressed it, but we understand and aware of it, that's for sure. We'll definitely cover it during the week, but we didn't start the review with that. It's important we acknowledge it and respect it, and how we can be better.
Do you have any idea what is it? Is it just one of those things, or do you have any idea why we have such had the winless run?
It's obviously around performance, and that's what we can focus on. We've got to perform better.
Just in terms of reviews, you've had a few now under your belt. Where did this one sit on the, intensity meter?
Intensity meter. We have to ask the boys over Scott Hansen. I think it's just honest. You shape it how we can be better as All Blacks. What's our Black standard, and we just get on with it. And you wear a couple on the chin, a few of them, but you're also really honest and show what you did well. We did so much great stuff, but we started things how we can improve, and then finish off with, look, this is what we created. let's get excited with finishing those opportunities. You know, the set piece was outstanding. We put a lot of work into it, and just it's the foundation.
And just on France,
Yeah.
they did pretty much exactly the way that you previewed them. Are you expecting anything to change particularly much from them this weekend?
No, probably with condition. We expect much of the same. You just got to stop them.
For debutants in Dunedin, what
Yeah.
chance we might see at least one more this weekend?
There's a good chance you'll find out on Thursday, like everyone else. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, but I see a bit better. Tanuki, where do you see him fitting into the team in terms of he can play probably a few different positions? But
Yeah, it's awesome, isn't it? The play midfield on wing, I mean, probably 7 as well. You know, just with the shape and yeah, it's exciting, and that's the art of it. You know, giving guys opportunities and win in the best time, and run over and be captain. You know, all those things add up. It's and he's been great in the environment. He's picked up things quickly, and hell of an athlete. Yeah.
And with Sevu out, are you likely to stick with Will Jordan on the wing? You know, given the way he's finishing, he's on track to be the world's greatest ever try scorer. Or do you want to, you know, see him make a 15 ideally?
Well, that's a good thing about, you know, with Will. It was pretty seamless, him going to the wing and with the Mac coming on. So, yeah, it is an option, but might not be an option either. So we'll find out Thursday.
What's that?
Oh, Thursday we'll find out. Okay, I haven't even told the players the team yet, mate, so this is Monday. Yeah, but good leading question.
How do you balance rewarding performance, Razor, with wanting to try different things? You know, guys, especially debutants who thought, shit, I had a good game, I should get another game. They might not get another game.
Yeah, that's the art of it. You consider it all, and then you trust your instinct. And you know, one good thing we've been proud of in the period we've had the All Blacks is the guys the players that have come in and stepped in from Test football have performed, you know, and stepped up to that level quickly, and it's a part of the environment and getting them ready. They've got themselves ready through Super, and then our job is to do it through getting Test weeks and the players around them and supporting them and trusting their ability, and it's pleasing.
Scott,
so
in terms of a mastermind between coach, before the game, we saw you watch a lot the French, and Fabien Galtier was attracted by how you play. How does he invite himself in your mind? He could even do this or that. How often?
Fabien is a unique character, as you know. Love the glasses. I think this just shows his personality and his character. He's a deep thinker behind those, you know, and his understanding of the game and his clarity of how his teams play. They know, you know how they're going to play, but you've got to stop them, and they do it under incredible pressure. They care deeply for each other. They never give up. What we saw on the weekend, they never went away, did they? And we created so many opportunities, but we just couldn't finish because their efforts were so high, and that probably leads back to him as a coach and what he's achieved with that group.
But is he like someone, what he could do always in your head?
No, I don't think so. You just respect him and you get on with it, yeah. But he's a mastermind of, you have the game. It's great to watch. There's so many different characters in our game, and he's one of them, yeah.
thank you. Just back to Will Jordan. Could you sum up his value to this team?
Yeah.
Just what level he's actually got to?
That was pretty special, wasn't it? Both sides of the ball, really physically tough. Great finisher, anticipates it. You know, you feel like he's 3 steps ahead. Sometimes just his feet are moving to where the ball's going to be beforehand, and that's a sign of a player in form and has come of age.
And just one more about the debutants. I think you've introduced maybe 14 in your tenure, one year and one game. Is that about as many as you anticipated you might introduce, or has it been, have you been forced in a way?
I think when you have all those Centurions leave, after the World Cup, in a natural World Cup cycle, you're going to have a natural changeover, and my job is to create 4 deep in all the positions over this period, to the next World Cup, and so you're naturally going to give players opportunities, and we're just pleased that a lot of them have taken them, and forced their hand and make sure it makes it tough for us to select a team. But look, we'll see. There's always injuries. There's always someone next in. We've had a training camp with these. We've had a group of young guys that are just on the peripheral that came in and we were so impressed with up at the Mount. So you're always looking. You're always aware someone else could come in, but we're pleased where we're at the moment.
Clearly,
One last, Jamie and then Luke.
Thanks,
clearly you
Jordy.
would happy enough with Jordy to put him straight back into the team. What have you seen from him? What did you see from him in the game that perhaps showed his development from his time away, and also just his time in camp?
Oh, he's a pretty unique character, Jordy. He's a real rugby mind. He loves the game. He's a player coach. He loves the detail. He loves the computer. He loves seeing different styles, and I think just that getting to Ireland sort of complemented it under different coaches, different philosophies, and he's come back and making sure he owns his own area and help out where he can and others.
Just in terms of a game plan, you mentioned the weather here in Wellington. Do you prepare for wind and rain, or do you just prepare for difference in terms of
Wind and rain in Wellington?
Yeah.
What, the one that goes round and round, or the sideways bit? Oh, look, it's fresh. You come in here, you plan for all of it, and you respect. That's a great thing about rugby. Like you've got a full house with a crowd coming along that they'll put another layer on and a beanie, and we'll just get into it. And I think that's the pleasures of our game. We've had some remarkable games in pretty tough conditions, haven't we? And they become iconic, and that's our plan, to have a great week and go out and play what's in front of us. So, thank you. Cheers. Thank you.
Thank you, Rosa.
Right, I'll bring some players in soon. We're basically going to spread ourselves around this room and a few in the room next.